There's something out there, in the lake.
Like Jaws, maybe?
Help! Ah!
Can't waste my time on a specimen like this.
He wouldn't survive the operation.
He wouldn't survive an elastoplast.
Help me! Help me! I was taken by the aliens.
Alien spacecraft, sir?
He was always being measured up for some kind of experiment.
What was that noise? Gas mains? Fuel tank?
Terrorists.
Who?
Look at this. Hands off our water, friends of the fish.
You find me that boy, you bring him to me.
Catch anything?
Ed. Zed.
Julia?
Dr. Zeckler! I've got him like you said.
Yes, young man. You're my fish.
Come on, you must be able to, you must!
I don't know, I can't. It's like cotton wool, something's in the way. All I can get is that Ed's there. Down there.
Down where?
Down there in the lake.
In the lake? Oh, no. 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 I should never have left him on his own. I should never have let him go fishing. We should never have come here.
No, please.
Hold on. You say he's down there, Julia, but how do you know he's down there?
Look, if I knew how I knew.
No, I mean, how do you know he's not nearby, that he hasn't just gone for a walk?
No, he's down there. But, well, he's not drowned. He's okay. Only I can't connect with him. It's not focused.
Wait a minute. I think I know why you're not connecting. Come on, back to the trailer.
A good catch this time, Doctor?
Yes, well done, Pikelet. He seems in perfect health.
He looks quite the fish out of water, Doctor.
Yes, but not for long, Pikelet. We'll soon fix that. Now, young man, I need to take a blood sample. You can spare us a drop, can't you?
Why are you doing this?
Not that you're in any position to refuse.
No!
Hold that, Pikelet! No! If I were you, I wouldn't waste my energy struggling.
No!
We better sedate him, though, until we're ready to operate. Watch him, Pikelet. We don't want any accidents, do we now?
No, Dr. Zeckler. Oh, Dr. Zeckler, before I do, is it one for the album?
Why not, indeed? When you're ready, Pikelet.
Ready, Doctor?
Shall we say fish?
Fish!
Well, can you connect?
No, not really. Just a vague... Oh, I don't know.
Now look, usually you and Ed can link up whenever you want to, right?
Right, but usually I don't. Do you actually know the thoughts that go through a 10-year-old boy's mind?
Okay. If Ed was in trouble, the first thing he'd do would be to call for help. So, either he's not sending, or you're not receiving, or there's something blocking the signal.
All I know is that he's alive and somewhere down there. That's all I get. The rest is just static.
Right, but what's causing it? What's here that wasn't here before? It's something so obvious that it's staring us in the face.
Like we can't see the wood for the trees.
Or the lake for the water. Okay. Can you lift up this pen without hands? And let's try something extra. You see? The signal can't get through because the water's in the way. And if Ed's alive, he can't be in the water, so where is he? He's under it.
What is it?
Hot! You made it boil.
Hey, I never knew I could do that. I can make a cup of tea.
Of course it's hot. Energy plus resistance usually equals...
Heat. But how can Ed be under the water? What's down there? Atlantis? Captain Nemo in a submarine?
Let's get back to the village. It's at times like this you need some local knowledge.
You go. I'll stay just in case he comes back.
Okay. It's Ed. He's disappeared.
A nice cup of tea, Dr. Monroe.
No, thanks. Look, Constable, it's been 2 hours since he went fishing. We walked all round the lake. His fishing rod's there, but he isn't. And we found this note. The same people who blew up the pumping station, Friends of the Fish. Now, who are they?
Animal rights activists, probably. We get all sorts in the country, Dr. Monroe.
Yes, but maybe they've nothing to do with animal rights at all. Maybe someone is trying to frighten people away from the lake for some reason.
No, I don't think so, Doctor. It's a very popular fishing spot, is that lake?
Popular with fishermen who end up getting abducted, Constable.
I don't think the correct word is abducted in this case, Dr. Monroe. I think the correct word is drunk.
All the same. Doesn't it make you wonder?
Oh, I don't think it's a policeman's job to be too suspicious.
Constable, something is going on at that lake. Someone has disappeared, this time without a trace, and I don't think it's the first time either.
Oh, yeah, yes, well, now you come to mention it, there has been the occasional disappearance near that lake over the years. Pets mostly, the odd sheep. I reckon it's a wild animal. The beast of Bodmin.
The beast of Bodmin. Thank you, Constable.
Now, don't you worry, Dr. Monroe. The lad's probably already waiting for you in your trailer.
And if he isn't?
Then come back and see me, and I shall give the matter my undivided attention.
I can't tell you how good that makes me feel.
All in a day's work, ma'am.
Constable, is there anyone else in the village who might know something about the lake?
Well, there's Miss Goward in the library. Mind you, she's a couple of volumes short of a bookcase, if you get me meaning.
I'll try her anyway.
Well, any problems? Call again.
Hello? Anyone in?
Shh. Quiet, please.
Sorry. I wonder if you could help me. I'm looking for a Miss Gower.
Sorry about that. I was up on the top shelf.
Look, I'm staying in the neighborhood, and I was wondering if...
Naturally, of course you are. Now, what brings you here, my dear?
Local history.
Stately homes, country walks, places of local interest.
How about the lake?
The lake?
The lake.
The lake? Not many people ask about the lake.
I like to be different. Avoid the beaten track.
It's strange you should ask about the lake. Very strange. I've been waiting for someone to ask about the lake for many a year.
You have?
Yes, but they never do. Strange that, isn't it? Now, what is your particular interest in the lake? Ornithology? Pond life?
More disappearances.
Disappearances?
Sudden disappearances.
Sudden disappearances?
Things that go splash in the night.
I think you'd better see my personal archives.
Dr. Zeckler?
Not now, Pikelet. I'm at the delicate stage.
It's just, the experiment.
Yes.
Well, after it's done and everything accomplished, you still need me, won't you?
Need you, Pikelet?
Yes, for errands and chores.
Yes, I suppose there will always be a place for you.
So you have plans for me then?
Why don't you go and feed the piranhas, Pikelet? I'm sure they could do with a square meal.
Yes, it's been a while since they had a bite.
And do be careful, Pikely. We wouldn't want you to fall in. Just yet.
So, how much do you know?
Just think of me as an ignorant townie.
Funnily enough, that's what flashed through my mind the moment you came in. Now, here we are, my private stash. I've been keeping tabs on this for years. First, you'll want to know about the old village.
Old village?
Yes, Nempnet Gurney.
I thought this was Nempnet Gurney.
No, this is Gurney Nempnet. Nempnet Gurney is nothing but a ghost town. Down here, at the bottom of the lake.
I see.
There was a big to-do when they chose the old village as the site for the new reservoir. See for yourself. Oh, yes, quite a protest movement there was. Letters to Parliament. People did everything to try and stop the dam. Lying down in front of bulldozers, training themselves to trees.
But they failed.
They did their best. Why, our Dr. Zeckler even said they'd build the dam over his dead body.
Dr. Zeckler?
I think they must have done because we never saw him again after they flooded the village. He must have drowned, poor man. Gone down with his theories and his test tubes.
That wasn't Dr. Hastings Zeckler by any chance?
Yes. Did you know him?
By reputation. Anyway, the disappearances.
Oh, yes, the disappearances. They started shortly after the village was flooded. First it was cats and dogs. Then there was a cow.
Constable Mead claims it was the Beast of Bodmin.
Beast of Bodmin, my foot. Bodmin's 100 miles away. I've never heard of a beast with a train ticket. Have you?
No, I haven't. You've been a great help. I better get going. Any sign?
No.
He's down there.
That's what I told you.
I'm not just dead, I mean Zeckler.
Who?
I don't suppose you're familiar with the work of Dr. Hastings Zeckler, are you, Julia?
No.
Believe me, you don't want to be. I read a paper by him in one of the journals. Something called a recapitulation theory.
What?
Recapitulation. It means the growth of the individual mirrors the evolution of the species. Hence why you have things you don't need anymore. Adenoids, tonsils, your appendix, the trace of a tail.
You mean the same way chickens can't fly, but they still have wings?
That's it. And Zeckler believed that with the correct genetic and surgical manipulation, we could get back to our lost beginnings.
Like what? Swinging from the trees by our tails?
Yes, or breathing underwater. Right, that's north. The old village is out there in the centre. The old church. When the water level drops low enough, you should be able to see the spire.
Maybe that's why they stopped the pumping station.
But why give the game away? Now let's think laterally. How did Alice find Wonderland?
Didn't she follow a big white rabbit?
Exactly. See one?
Not really. Just a duck. You know, Monroe, that duck's been here since we arrived. And it hasn't moved an inch.
Hasn't it now? Well, let's take a look. That's no duck. It's a periscope.
That's crazy.
Quackers. So, what's it looking at?
Us?
We're here beside the lake. The way down must be through some sort of pothole, a tunnel maybe, a mine shaft.
Slate mine workings. An old slate mine, you see?
There might even be a lift.
But how do we find it? Where do we start looking?
Hello? Anyone home?
Monroe, what are you doing?
Well, sometimes, Julia, when you want to get lucky, you've got to knock on wood.
There. Put it in the centrifuge. Filter up the residue. And we're ready. Oh. Don't look so concerned, young man. You won't feel a thing. It won't hurt at all, will it, Pikeland?
Oh, no, it won't hurt us at all, Doctor.
Pay no heed to Pikeland. Just his sense of humor.
You know, you two are really sick.
Oh, dear, Pikeland, did you hear that? We're sick.
Yes, we're not very well.
No, we're sick. All right. Yeah, sick and tired of a disease called humanity. with its greed, cruelty, and ignorance.
Aha!
Monroe, you're a genius.
Me? No. I just help out when they're busy.
So how do we get in then?
Well, you can't have a door without a doorknob. Or a button, or a bell, or a handle. Here goes. Cross fingers.
Row of cherries.
Jackpot. Coming in?
Guess so. I don't think I like this.
Too late now. I think we're going down.
Soon you'll feel like a whole new person, young man. In fact, you'll feel like a whole new fish. Won't he, Pikelet?
Oh, yes, indeed, like a whole new fish. In fact, you'll even be able to go snorkeling without a snorkel.
That's enough, Pikelet. This isn't some freak show. This is science. Magnificent, pioneering science. Years of work.
Dr. Zeckler!
What is it now, Pikelet?
Intruders!
What? Ah, your meddling friends.
Julia! Monroe! Get back!
Hi! I wonder if you could help us. We're lost. We took the tube from Piccadilly and we're looking for the ladies' cloakroom.
You found it! Get inside! Move!
We're moving.
Hi.
Save it for the fishes.
So, Dr. Monroe, we put a face to the well-known name. We are in exalted company here, Pikelet. Dr. Monroe hails from Cambridge, one of our finest modern minds. But as is often the case with fine minds, they grow a little prickly in the personality department. Hey, Dr. Monroe?
So I hear.
Rather like yourself, Dr. Zeckler.
Rather like myself, Pikelet. For who is to tell us what are the limits of scientific inquiry? Hey, Dr. Monroe? Check the tank, Pikelet.
Yes, feeling nicely, Doctor.
Good. I take it you don't need me to tell you what we're doing here.
How about I tell you?
Yeah. How about you do that?
We were amphibians once. Half fish, half mammal, able to live on land and in water. And with a little genetic manipulation, a little surgery to create gills, there's no reason why we couldn't breathe liquids again as easily as we now breathe air.
Oh. How like a breath of fresh water it is to hear you say that. Oh, all these years of research. How simple you make them seem, Dr. Monroe. And now our destiny is here at last. And this child's privilege is to be the firstborn.
You know, Dr. Zeckler, if I might say, I think this whole scheme is absolutely visionary.
Monroe?
Are you crazy?
Oh, it's quite fantastic.
Pikelet, do you hear? From another scientist, such praise.
I mean, this has to be the major breakthrough of our time.
Doctor!
In fact, I would love, were it possible, to examine your research.
Monroe, what are you saying? Look at them, it's a freak show!
Look at what they've done to those things in the tank.
Silence! You wish to examine my research? It would be interesting to have a second opinion on one or 2 points.
Perhaps I could help out in some small way?
Monroe, you can't. They're gonna cut me up.
Forgive me, Dr. Monroe. Aren't these children with you?
Well, they're with me, but then laboratory mice are with you. You feed them, water them, make sure they don't escape, but other than that, well, they're just specimens.
Specimens?
Pikelet, Release Professor Monroe. I like your style.
But Dr. Zeckler, you...
Do as I say. I apologize for Pikelet and his loutishness. It is so refreshing for me to talk with someone of intelligence. Over the years, I've had no one to share my ideas with, except him. And he has the brains of a clam.
Monroe, why are you doing this? You said you were our friend. We trusted you.
Julia, really, don't be so childish.
My parents trusted you.
Ed, for heaven's sake, shut up.
And here, Dr. Monroe, it's my serum.
So, this is it.
Yes, it's perfect at last. Years of work boiling the midnight oil. Here, in this tiny little bottle.
Amazing. Well, just to see it, to think, to focus your thoughts and mind on a thing like that, to concentrate on it. Well, it's such hot stuff, so on the boil, isn't it, Julia?
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, it's hardly your cup of tea, is it? I could hardly expect you to get steamed up about it in the circumstances.
Oh, yes, it's boiling.
Dr. Zeckler!
It's my serum!
Look, Doctor! The tank! It's boiling!
It's my serum! It's my precious serum! What is it? What's happening? My research! My research! Put it out! Why, that's my life in there!
I'll get the fire extinguisher.
Yeah! Put it out! Quick! Quick! I don't you know how to use it!
Like this? Okay. Anyone else need to cool off?
I put it down, nice and slow.
Now, Pikelet, let's not do something we might regret.
No!
Thanks, guys.
Least we could do.
Oh. Are you okay, Ed?
Still breathing.
Right. Well, I think we better call that constable.
Before we do, one for the album.
Okay. When you're ready.
Say fish.
Fish! Hey, tell me, you two. Back there, when I told Zeckler that I didn't like you and that you were just, you know, specimens, you didn't believe that.
No, of course not, Monroe.
No, we saw through all that.
I'd cottoned on straight away, but Julia, she was a bit slow on the uptake. But then she usually is.
I was onto it before you, bird brain. I was, you know, acting the part.
So you didn't doubt me, not even for a second?
Not for a millisecond, Monroe.
Nope.
Good. Good, that's good. Though I must admit, when you read his research, it would have made a fantastic experiment.
She doesn't mean it.
She doesn't mean it.
Guys, come on. Now, would I?
Would she?
No. But then, why take chances?